12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room because I wanted to get famous no matter what.
Comedian and actress Roseanne Barr is running for president as a Green Party candidate. Is she serious? We last saw her on the Lifetime reality show Roseanne's Nuts. The show captured the life of the self-described domestic goddess as she was running a macadamia nut farm in Hawaii. Well, now she's running for the highest office in the land. Roseanne Barr joining us now from Los Angeles. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
All right, so this is not some nutty idea. You're not joking. You really are running, seeking the Green Party nomination, yeah?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, why are you doing this?
But I'm glad you used the words nutty because I'm also a nut farmer in Hawaii, so
you are still doing
that. I'm nuts about my nuts.
Still doing
that. I'm nuts about my nuts.
Still doing
that. I'm nuts about my nuts.
Still doing
that. I'm nuts about my nuts. Nuts are a great way for people to get protein, and you know, if people were to get their protein from nuts rather than beef, well, there wouldn't be any global warming or any of that problem. Well, there wouldn't be any global warming or any of that problem. Well, there wouldn't be any global warming or any of that problem because there'd be enough grain and stuff also to feed every hungry person.
Okay.
So, you know, the Green Party is kind of out there, but it's my kind of out there. And why I encourage Democrats to register as Greens is because, you know, you can still vote for Obama, but you can send a message to the Democratic Party, as can Republicans who want to register as Greens, and I think there's a lot of stuff in common that both can agree on.
So what's that message?
It sends a message to Washington. The message is to all of Washington, D.C., that the American people are tired of the corrupt two-party system that, you know, is totally irrelevant to, you know, the American people, because both of those parties have indeed marginalized 90-some% of the American people from each of their parties. So that's what the Greens are about. It's also about, you know, bringing progressive issues, and specifically the 10 key values of the Green Party. Which I think both people on the right and the left of the aisle can agree on. And it's a party of solutions, a party of small yet efficient government, and you know, of a good, you know, being good to Mother Earth, 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 and thinking of alternative ways to make things happen besides the ones that got us in this big mess.
And some of the other issues that you're hoping to promote as part of your platform, ending the involvement in foreign wars, Afghanistan,
Yeah, all wars. I'm for what I try to live my life according to what I think is right, and what I think is right is a whole new, I wanted us to stop and start over with a new kind of system. I wanted us to stop and start over with a new kind of system. I wanted us to stop and start over with a new kind of system. I wanted us to stop and start over with a new kind of system. I wanted us to stop and start over with a new kind of system.
A new world order, a new world order, a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
From bottom to top, that eliminates, you know, a kind of system that is the end to slavery, war, and usury, all the kind of capital sins that brought us here. And if we would do just a fraction of those, there wouldn't be any more problems. They'd all be solved. So I'm for like solving solutions, and one of my suggestions is a debt jubilee, and that is to ask the bankers of the Fed, who control everything in this country and are in cahoots with those who control everything in the world, to look at the idea of debt forgiveness. Would you hear what?
The national anthem.
Oh my God!
Your rendition.
That out. You know what? I'm going to speak to that if you'll let me do that. Now, I updated that on my Roseanne's Nuts cable show, and people have come up to me since then to say they loved my second rendition. You know what? I think the lesson here is people make mistakes, and then they, you know, after they've apologized 9,000 times, they should be forgiven, and it should be forgotten. And you can, again, stop and start over again and do things better 9,000 times. And you can, again, stop and start over again and do things better 9,000 times. And you can, again, stop and start over again and do things better 9,000 times. Stop and start over again and do things better. Stop and start over again and do things better. Stop and start over again and do things better. Stop and start over again and do things better, which I indeed did in my second rendition. I'm very proud of it. My grandson was with me. And that was, you know, a lot of my book is about my wanting to sing ever since I was a little girl, and my family lied to me and told me that I was better than Shirley Temple, and I believed them.
See, you're not helping a kid when you do that.
No, and I totally believed them and everything, and then when I was 6, all of a sudden, you know, I was they started to, like, tell my younger cousin that she was...
she was the real singer?
Yeah, and it, like, really upset me, so I, like, summoned Satan, and I write about how I summoned Satan, summoned Satan, summoned Satan, summoned Satan. I made it...
Where do you summon Satan?
It's in the chapter called Eat, Pray, Love, Conjure Satan. And when I was 12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room, and I was to...
CBS doesn't condone this.
Wait a minute. Because I wanted to get famous no matter what, and, you know, then I forgot that I had this deal with Satan and everything, and then I got really famous. And then one day I, like, had this tragic singing accident at
yes, I remember that, yeah.
On one of the late night talk shows, I don't know if you were joking, but you had said you made a deal with the devil as a girl, and were you joking or were you serious? Because
well, that was an allegory, and if you read the entire story, I think you'll find it pretty interesting that, you know, when you are an, you know, when you are an, you know, when you are an, well, it's way bigger than I can. And when I was 12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room. And when I was 12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room. And when I was 12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room. And when you are an, well, it's way bigger than I can. It's about leaving your own ego and joining up with like-minded people to create good common results. So that's what that whole story is about. So read it again.
So to be clear, Satan is not endorsing your campaign, right?
No.
Okay.
In the end of that story, if you've read it, I don't know if you have, I actually kill Satan on behalf of all, you know, decent human beings. So go ahead and read it.
Gotta watch She-Devil.
Roseanne, my name's Luke Radowski of We Are Change.
Oh, cool! I love you.
Oh, you do? I love you too. Give me. I love you too.
I follow
Thank you so much. I follow you.
Cool.
Thank you so much. I love your work. I was wondering if you want to say something about the 10th anniversary just passing, and it just came out that a lot of the findings in the 9/11 Commission are actually being kept secret, and they were supposed to be released in 2009. I was wondering, do you have a comment on all the secrecy?
I do have a comment on all the secrecy, and here it is. And when I was 12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room because I wanted to get famous no matter what.
Well, it worked for me.
That's all you need.
Come on.
We know.
You guys need an iPhone.
We know.
I wanted us to stop and start over with a new kind of system. Stop and start over again and do things better.
A new world order.
And when I was 12 years old, I signed a deal with Satan in my room.